I'm Dalton.
And I'm Chrissy Ray. Yeehaw!
And this week on Catatouille, we'll be making bacon mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is a household favorite, so why not put a classic American twist on it, bacon?
Oh, you Americans. This is what you'll need to make the recipe.
1 pound of elbow macaroni, a quarter cup of flat leaf parsley, 2 to 3 sprigs of thyme, 4 cloves of garlic, times 5 half cups of shredded white cheddar, an onion, optional flavouring for the 4 slices of bacon that you'll need, 4 cups of milk, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and finally, salt and pepper for seasoning.
Right then, let's start with our pasta.
Bring a pot of salted water to a boil and then add in 1 pound of your elbow pasta.
So once you cook your pasta for 8 to 10 minutes until it's al dente or firm to the bite, we'll crack on with the next step.
Macaroni and cheese. Did you know that in any given 12-week period, approximately 1/3 of the population in the United States will eat macaroni and cheese at least once? About half of all children in the United States will eat macaroni and cheese during this time period.
Our noodles are finished, so now we're going to start on our cheese sauce. Here's what you'll need.
You'll need 4 cups of milk into a medium pot. If you could do that in place, sir. Thank you, thank you. We're just going to want to warm this through gradually, just so it helps the diffusion of the flavours from our seasoning.
Now we're going to add 2 cloves of crushed garlic and a few sprigs of thyme to steep in our milk for a few minutes.
You got through that pretty quickly, didn't you?
When we come back, we're going to strain our milk and finish up our cheese sauce.
Stay tuned.
Although the definitive origin of macaroni and cheese is not known, the first known written recipe for this dish was from the 13th century southern Italy. This recipe calls for lasagna sheets and fermented cheese.
Welcome back. Now that the milk's warmed through and the flavours are diffused, we're going to go start on the rest of the sauce. But wait, Dalton, we're going to need a bigger pot for that one. I'll quickly swap it out, alright?
Sounds good. While Samuel's swapping that pot out, we're going to make sure that we have our 3 tablespoons of butter and our 3 tablespoons of flour to start on our roux. We're going to add our butter to our pan and then let that melt down over medium-high heat, and then add our flour and make sure we whisk rigorously for about 1 minute until the flavors are combined. Then we'll strain our milk into the roux.
Now that the butter's melted, we're going to beat some flour with the butter until it makes a pale blonde kind of doughy mixture, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Called the roux, commonly known as.
You're educating a Brit here. Go on, throw it in. I'm just trying to coat each bit of flour with the butter here, just so it all mixes together. You don't want any dry bits of flour in your roux, as you say. And also, I was told by a Northern Irish lady that the faster you beat it, the better your roux will be, because you haven't got the lumps of the flour dipping into it.
Interesting. And that looks good?
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
So now that we've got our roux formed, we're gonna strain our milk mixture into the roux, and we're gonna stir rigorously, and we wanna make sure that there's no lumps and that it's all smooth throughout, and we'll let it simmer down for just a minute or 2.
Who says men can't do 2 things at once?
All right, here she comes.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
You're making a mess again, Dalton.
Making a mess.
Does Chrissy Ray let you get my alter ego? No, I don't. It's the answer to that one. Cool. It smells nice. I can smell the the garlic above anything else, actually. Yeah, do you want to take that off me? Thank you. I'm just trying to scoop off the roux.
Now that we've incorporated our milk into our roux, we're gonna add 4 cups of cheese and our salt and pepper.
Once that thickens up, we're then going to fold in the macaroni, and what was the other thing we're going to add in?
We're gonna add in parsley to
That was
top
on
it off.
parsley.
Our cheese sauce is done, so now we're gonna fold in our macaroni and our parsley and finish it up.
Lovely jubbly. Just pour that in now. Would help you, but I've got a load of sauce on me. I'll try and deflect any. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Any? Oh no, we lost one.
Uh-oh. Some
Okay,
stragglers.
pour it further over.
Sure.
I'm just chucking it at my hand now.
Not that far, huh?
Oh, gosh. Lovely. Well, it's certainly going. I'm definitely upgrading the size of the pan. Probably helps.
It smells incredible in here.
That was us.
That was us.
Well, no, that last bit was me. No, maybe less so nice. Lovely.
Alright, to finish up, we've got a 3-quart baking dish. Our oven's been preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna stick our mac and cheese in there for about 30 minutes until it gets a little bit crispy and starts to cook.
The average canned macaroni and cheese is a source of 16% of the daily recommended protein for an adult. It is also a good source of copper, magnesium, and selenium.
Welcome back.
Thanks, Dalton. Now, we're going to chop the bits of bacon into julienne or matchstick sizes, and we're going to fry it, crispy them up, and put them over our macaroni and cheese.
Our mac and cheese is out of the oven and our bacon's crispy. Now it's time to plate.
Lovely.
All right, without any further ado, we're gonna taste this.
Come on. bit on the fork there. Let's try it. Oh, very nice, very nice.
Very nice.
I do like it. I think the texture of the cheese sauce is quite creamy. I mean, you can really taste that cheese. We put like heaps of it in, didn't we? But yeah, I'm enjoying this.
I think if you wanted a more cheesy flavor, maybe use a sharper cheddar.
Yeah.
The cheese we used was just mild cheddar cheese. We should have used really sharp cheddar, like a dark aged cheddar, something that's got like a lot of bite to it.
I like the fact that we've, when you put the bits of cheese on top, it forms a nice crust to it. And again, it's all about the texture with the bits of bacon as well. I mean, it's really nice. I think it's one of the most appetizing dishes. In comparison to last week's one, I think I could eat this, whereas last one I could barely stomach it. So I think I do enjoy it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say 5 1/4 bear heads out of 7 crawfish.
I'm gonna give it 3 sprigs of thyme out of 4 bacon slices actually.
Oh.
I'll keep it somewhat related.
That's good. I like that. It's a good rating.
Yeah, 3 out of 4. Doesn't matter what it is,
Yeah.
because it's actually quite nice. And we've got heaps of it for the crew as well. Yeah,
Yeah. Successful day of cooking.
I think so. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Catatouille. Click here to see last week's episode.
And if you want to see this week's episode of Gen 2, click here.